This is a Crepe Myrtle. It is one of my favorite trees, and I'll shoot another video in the springtime to show you why. This thing blossoms with the most beautiful flowers. Now, we built this house, I don't know how many years ago. 4, 5, 6 years ago, something like that. 5 years. Yeah, this will be our 5th Christmas here. When we bought this lot, we were the only house out here. This was all a new subdivision. There wasn't nothing out here. A buddy of mine, his dad inherited the land, and they wanted to build a subdivision. And I got a deal on being the first house out here and buying the first lot. I got to pick my lot and all that stuff. This Crepe Myrtle tree was only about this tall. It was right here. Okay. They had it planted up here where I have my roses now. I got some roses that I've planted here, and each spring, whenever Walmart has their little special on rose bushes, I'll plant another one. Well, I've got 3 there now, and they do pretty good. See, I got some that are getting ready to open. We've had some cold weather, and I didn't know if they would make it, but it hasn't frosted yet, so I'm letting them go. Once it frosts, you'll want to cut them back way down there. You see how I've got some old cuts down here? You cut it really low once the frost sets in. And in the springtime, these suckers will grow and grow. And as they blossom, what I do is, say this one blossoms right here, I'll come down about right here and cut it. And it just grows and grows and grows. Well, you can see I just recently cut this one, and I cut one off this one. They're in the house. They're beautiful. The heads on them are bigger than my fist. I mean, they're just gorgeous and deep red. And so anyway, I'll have at least, looks like 1, 2, 3 more. I don't know if these will blossom in time. Looks like they won't make it in time. But anyway, that Crepe Myrtle tree was parked right here in front of this big window. And my wife made a comment. She says, why are we going to have a window we can look out of if there's going to be a damn tree in the way? She had a good point. So anyway, that brought me to put it over here. I used to have a house with a Crepe Myrtle tree, well, 2 of them, and they were beautiful. They were like, 20, 25 feet tall, and they were old, and the trunks on them were just, big around as my leg. I mean, they were old trees. Crepe Myrtles grow very slow. This variety of Crepe Myrtle just happens to be one that grows into a bush. Well, if you ever paid attention in busy streets of old cities where trees have grown over the curbs and over through fences and stuff like that, it got me thinking, what if I tie these things together? They should merge as one tree. Well, I've been doing that. For the last couple of summers, well, come springtime, I've been tying it together down here. And you can see how they've been kind of merging together. They're actually joined right now. They're not coming apart. See this? See how they've merged? Isn't that cool? I think that's just neat. So, I've been doing it up every spring and then letting them go in the winter. I'll cut them loose, and then in the springtime, tie them up again. Well, this winter I decided I would go ahead and get ahead of the game. I've cut the bottom loose, and I've let it sit like that for a good month. And you can see down here a couple of marks, where I had them strapped up together. But this year I decided to go with some fabric. This is actually landscaping fabric that like a sock that you put a pipe in. I had to do some French drains, and I had a whole roll of this crap, and I figured this would be a good project for it. What I did was I just went around it. This part up here had branched out. I went around it and pulled them together, and then wrapped them around again and pulled them together, and got them really close together. What I guess what I'm getting at is I want this to grow into one solid trunk to about head level, and then I want it to grow up and out. I think that would look great. It's going to take some coaxing, and I don't plan on moving anytime soon. So, it's kind of my little project. I've been working on it a little bit at a time, just pulling it together and trying to get it to do what I want it to do. I was just talking about having a tree in front of a window. We've got this ornamental cherry tree. It makes cherries, but you can't eat them. They're not eatable. They're darn right. I don't know what they are. I don't know if anybody can see that. I don't know if that's cherries. I guess it's cherries. Kind of tastes sour. But every year, this thing grows in just the right way, or we get a nest. I don't know if you can see the nest. But there'll be birds perched up there, and they'll chirp and chirp. And you get to see baby birds fly away. And this year, we had one of the birds decided to put a nest up in this tree, which is great. I like birds. Birds make me happy. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with everybody. Thanks.